Hello, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle. Wait for it. Seattle by Night. Today, we're very pleased to bring you Season 2, Episode 5, Bury Our Friends. Could be foreshadowing there. Your key to quality storytelling, I think. Right?
Okay.
Yes. I should remark before we get rolling that this is a vampire story and therefore a horror story, and therefore it does touch on mature and serious themes and content. The players and I have chosen to use a system of lines and veils and check-ins to make sure that everybody feels safe and comfortable at the table, and we recalibrate those by discussing them with each other between games and after games. I should also mention at this point that although Vampire the Masquerade is a tabletop role-playing game, the rule of cool always applies. And sometimes we'll choose to make different interpretations of the rules in order to carry the drama of the moment forward.
I should remark that I just scarfed down a bagel, so if you see a poppy seed in my teeth,
On the fang, a little.
not.
Yeah,
little
exactly.
something on the fang.
You really did suck it down quick.
Was that a use of cloud memory?
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe?
It was insane.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
If you saw a black poppy in my teeth, no, you didn't.
That's a different vampire show.
My bad. I have Nandor hair today, so.
Okay. Gonna channel a little bit of that energy.
A little bit of
Stay
Nandor.
dead.
Stay dead.
Stay dead. I would also like to mention or remind us that there is a direct connection between the events of Seattle by Night
Yeah.
and Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. This is, in fact, a prelude of a sort, a preview, if you will. And if you are planning to play Bloodlines 2, pay close attention to the events of this chronicle and maybe even make a note or two. Are we ready for?
I think that's cool.
See, this is the thing, because we don't actually know the connections.
No.
No,
No,
I'm very
you don't.
excited to play it.
We
Yeah.
might inadvertently reveal big things, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, so what I want to know is like, can my player character take Cherry Moon and engage with celestial bodies
Yeah.
in the foyer?
Yeah.
That's the fantasy scenario for
That's
me.
a great reminder. Yeah, the players do not know what these connections are. I, of course, as your storyteller, know, but they are unaware so far. That's true.
Like, Louise, did you beat somebody important in a torpor?
Oh, yeah. There's some artist right now, like they're deleting
one
that
knows.
character.
Yeah. Is someone crying while changing a model?
I have no remember. I have no.
Is
I
there
have
a
no
voice
remember.
actor
I have no
somewhere?
remember.
Is there a voice actor somewhere that got a call? It's like, hey, we don't need you anymore. That's like, I will kill Luis Carazo. I will find Luis Carazo and kill Luis Carazo.
Bring it.
And then they're looking in the mirror and they're like, I'm Luis. I'm Luis. And so that's the end game.
How do you know my morning routine?
Wow.
Fortunately, at least so far, what you did wasn't murder. Not yet.
Not yet.
We didn't. We did not see Enrique drop poor Rafe into the final death. You dropped him instead into the state of torpor, and you did that by essentially beating him so badly that the superficial damage you were inflicting with your undead fists filled up his health track if he had a character sheet, and therefore the additional superficial damage became aggravated damage, and he finally ran out of damage boxes, health boxes, and now he is slipped into an undead coma, and he will remain there until conditions are met that would revive him. Whether you want to explore those options is up to you, but I will remind you that you have a comatose kindred body that you are taking with you into the Seattle underground. That strange, circuitous, maze-like system of tunnels, antechambers, and who knows what else that runs beneath the streets of downtown Seattle. The public, as we've remarked, thinks they know all about the underground because the world-famous underground tour, but in fact they know but a fraction of its extent and mysteries. And you got here, how? because you're still looking for Wendell, the missing ghoul.
Mr. Wendell.
I think we've been looking for Wendell since the beginning of the season, right?
Oh yeah.
We heard about Wendell on stage
Yeah,
at
right?
PAX West.
Yeah, we've been.
So we have
yeah.
been on
It has been a minute.
on this
On
trailer.
Wendell went on a fucking journey, man.
Wendell did.
Yeah, he has.
I want to see like the episode of the show where we get to see Wendell's POV because
Yeah.
this man was. This was
That's like
a
Rosencrantz and
fascinating
Guildenstern
life.
are dead, but
Yeah,
Wendell.
yeah, because like the
you're right.
places we've gone into underpasses,
Yeah.
to yoga studios, and now we're going into the underground in the pursuit of what is not even a kindred, but a ghoul.
Exactly. But,
Like,
this,
what the fuck?
But this is how it would break down, right? So once it's like the end of the episode where Rico pulls
yeah.
the lock off. You know that like the next episode of the HBO version
Would
of the show
start with
would
Wendell's-
start with Wendell, and it would
Yeah.
be his
Point of
whole
view.
story
That would be
all
so
the way
fun.
up to this. It would start with Jerry, actually.
With a little
Yeah,
copy
hey, I
at the
need you to
bottom
go get me
5
this.
nights ago.
Yes.
Yes.
And his point and Wendell's point of view.
That would be so good.
It'd be a great show.
Yeah, poor Wendell has been sort of like a ping pong ball.
He has.
on the night in question.
Yeah.
You got here, of course, because Wendell belongs to Jerry, who's an associate of Evangeline, who's a friend of Tom's.
Friend.
Friend
saw-
with hearts.
I saw a heart
Friend with hearts. So
on there, so
Yeah.
consider it.
Cat emoji.
I'm pretty sure we sexted.
No, you
Show me
didn't.
that.
I think that's what that is.
No.
With the heart? No.
No.
Sure, I don't think it means what you think it means. But nonetheless,
Agree to disagree.
And now you're still tripping over the moon.
I'm coming down though, right? I mean,
The moon has left.
or I don't know.
let us take care of some housekeeping before we plunge back into the morally dubious fray that is Vampire the Masquerade. Because we are picking up in media race, as you are standing at the top of the stairs in the the busted visage art gallery,
Yeah.
and also self-help studio apparently.
David!
We don't heal any superficially damaged willpower, and we don't regain any hunger. Wherever you left off last episode is where you are tonight.
Right.
But, Tom,
Yes.
the first sign that the cherry moon was wearing off was, of course, when the blush of life left you,
Right.
returning you to your undead state.
Still rolling.
And then the moon came down and sat on your shoulder.
Yes. For a little bit.
Sort of comforted you. There, said the moon.
Yeah.
There, Tom.
I felt better.
Yeah. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on Tom's point of view, for better or for worse, you are starting to feel normal. And I use air quotes because normal is your undead, normal self.
Vampire.
The effects of the cherry moon are wearing off. You no longer feel that strong sense of euphoria
Okay.
anymore. The moon has returned to its proper place in the night sky. You can't see it anymore. It's no longer sitting on your shoulder.
Okay.
The effects that you were feeling are dissipating rapidly now.
Yeah. I'm coming down.
You're coming down from the high.
I'm trying to figure out what the crash for
Yeah.
Jerry
I'm
Moon
wondering
is.
what is next. Do I?
Well, we shall see.
Okay.
We shall
I
see.
can't handle Tom crying again. That's like too
No.
sad. Yeah.
The stairway behind the door that was secured by the inadequate lock placed there by the city of Seattle, which you busted.
I did.
The stairway is an old, narrow wooden stair built many decades ago, and likely forgotten. I think we mentioned in last episode that there are a number of retail establishments, and indeed other kinds of buildings in the downtown area that have long forgotten basements, sub-basements, doors, crawl spaces, access ways that connect to the Seattle Underground. And most of the people pass by these doors every day without knowing what they're for or where they go to. Who questions a random doorway, an unmarked hatch in
Not
a
this
building?
guy.
Nobody. Surely it's for maintenance. Who knows? This is one of those portals to the literal underbelly. It's illuminated only by a couple of bare, low-watt bulbs that show you the stairs and then shadows. Betty's quite hungry, I believe.
Yep.
Do you want
I'm
to
a little peaky.
take care of that before you venture down there? Or are you willing
Yep.
to ride the waves?
Nope. I've been a little pecky. I've been kind of hungry all day. Now I'm getting hangry.
Right.
Just 3 dice, right?
Yeah, I'm 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
3 out of 5.
So a little Rafe.
No, that's not a good idea.
Okay.
No. I have other thoughts about that.
I'm trying to manufacture the
Yeah.
maximum amount of drama, and
Yeah, I know.
You've
That's
disappointed
good.
me so
that's
far.
good. I think, I think Betty would come up to you and be like, Jamie, you're good at procuring things. You're good at fitting in. Is there a hospital or something? I just need a little.
yeah.
I need a sip. I need something.
absolutely, just a top up,
Yes.
if you will.
I'm famished. I might die. I might wither away here on this very night if I do not get 2 bags of O positive.
That would be a different kind of story, but in the meantime, yes, of course, Jamison is adept at using the sum total of all human knowledge, which is available to him on his electronic portable device.
Absolutely.
A quick search finds one of those private emergency medical clinics, the quick med check
Yes.
sort of thing.
Open late, app driven.
Open late, few questions asked, serving the local vicinity, and very conveniently located just a few blocks away.
Yeah, it's sort of sterile light, just bleeding out into the night. I'll give you a set of quick directions. I think we'll stay here with the body is my guess. This is something you can manage on your own, I assume.
Okay.
And having completed your janitorial duties, of course,
Indeed.
the floor is now spotless.
Oh, it's exquisite.
No more evidence of the mishap that occurred.
Skull related.
Are you going alone? Is anyone going with Betty?
Tom would say something like,
Yeah.
Do you feel okay going alone? Do you want company?
I think I could use a +1. I think I could use some company.
I think company is good. I don't think that we should be, any of us should be alone at this point.
Absolutely. I feel confident holding it down, as it were, here in the visage.
They might have something for you, if you have a headache or something, since you're experiencing, the...
Yeah, I mean, I'm just feeling normal now, which sucks ass, but,
Perhaps it might even be comforting if you felt a headache or some sort of residual
Yeah.
effects and just sort of
not what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the absence
yeah.
of joy.
And euphoria.
Yeah.
I mean,
let's go.
It's pretty easy
Yeah?
to see why,
Yeah.
why an artist like Jerry might want Cherry Moon.
Oh my God, yeah.
Because creating under the influence of something like that would be a very different experience.
Of course, yeah.
So,
Maybe
off
we'll
to
find
the-
some more cherry moon.
off to the quick night med check.
And as usual, I walk arm in arm with Tom,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
I have the talk. Which
Here on the dark, damp
is
December
as
Seattle
we're
streets.
as we're walking to this clinic, I have to have the
Is it
talk.
time?
Yeah, it's the time. And I say, Tom, when a vampire loves another vampire, it can be difficult for these emotions to manifest themselves physically the way that they used to. And the older you get, the harder this is going to be for you. And sometimes one must learn to don the blush of life and use other tools. So when you go on your date with Evangeline, things might not work.
Work! The plumbing isn't hooked up anymore.
Sometimes it can be difficult without,
Right. And for Tom, this is like having a conversation with his mom.
yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'll be fine. I mean, the show will still have a finale?
Yes, but when you might feel tempted to exchange some parts of yourself with each other because it's the closest you can get to feeling that warmth and that love and that attraction. But Tom, it's important that you think carefully before you do that because
Yeah.
if you do, you you might have power over them, but they can also have power over you, and you have to be very careful.
Well, that all made a lot of sense, so thanks. I think we're almost there, right?
But also, if you need
Very close, very close. You can see the harsh
Tom starts walking
fluorescent
faster, and now
lights.
he's sort of pulling Betty along.
Yeah, and then he's like coming along, and it's like, and also, since these emotions in the vitae
no, I'm gonna wear a jacket. It's gonna be fine.
are transferred, I wanted to let you know if you do need to feel something since the cherry moon is gone,
Yeah.
you just have to find an apple that feels the way you want to feel.
All right. I'm
Like
gonna
a
put that in my
happy-
diary, and I'm gonna think about it.
A happy apple is going to make happy apple juice. And that
Oh my
can
God.
make you feel...
If you could never say juice again
I-
like that, that would be
I'm
great.
doing my best, Tom.
Betty, I appreciate it. I really do. But it looks like we're here. So
Okay, I
yeah.
need...
If it didn't work before, it's not working now.
Quick Night Med Check is a typically bright, soulless storefront with frosted glass windows and harsh fluorescent lights spilling out onto the damn sidewalk.
I can see it.
Yeah.
It's completely mundane, and it advertises services like vaccinations, emergency first aid, diagnoses, blood pressure checks, various kinds of testing, and in you go.
Yeah.
There is but one individual here, aside from yourself. No one in the waiting room this time of night in the Pioneer Square District. You're alone. The person behind the counter looks up, trying to hide the paperback that they've been reading. Hello, do you have an appointment?
We do not. My companion here has lain with a woman of the night and it now finds himself in distress and in need of some type of medication.
I love prostitutes. What can I say?
She looks
The
confused.
filthier the better.
And she glances at her cell phone, which is sitting on top of the counter, and for a moment you think she's going to pick it up and dial somebody or send a text message, but she stands up instead, and she's wearing a white lab coat with the Quick Night Med Check symbol, the
Livery.
name embroidered on it.
Yeah,
Right.
fancy.
Picks up a clipboard and starts shuffling through papers, and you can see that it's essentially a script.
Yeah.
It's all right, patient has
Oh,
this
if they
problem.
do this.
What's this?
Call center?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I understand your problem is important to us. If you wouldn't mind just having a seat here, I'll let the doctor know, and we'll
My
get
shit's
you
on
taken
fire.
care of. The doctor will see you in just a few minutes. If you wouldn't mind, and if you wouldn't mind filling out this questionnaire, of course, your complete medical
time for
history,
this?
your name,
No.
your address. She sort of throws the clipboard in your direction.
Yeah, she doesn't want to
With
get
a
close
pen.
to this.
Gesture.
She doesn't, I'm saying she doesn't want shit jumping off of there.
It's radiating.
No, you don't want to touch me. It's probably contagious.
She sets the clipboard down on the countertop and excuses herself to go through a door behind the counter.
I thought this was an emergency. I thought they
I'm
would
getting
take...
the doctor. I'll be right back.
Hey,
Maybe. Oh,
perfect.
Okay. Good.
Indeed.
And honestly, if this goes really far, like I do have a rash that I could. I mean, I'm not lying.
There's something happening on there.
Something happening down there.
Hear a murmured conversation from behind the closed door. A few moments later, she returns, and she is in the company of a tall, wiry man who looks like he hasn't slept in about 4 nights Got those, those red-rimmed eyes and the dark circles and the haggard expression of the person who's working nights and isn't quite used to it yet. He too is wearing a white lab coat and blue scrubs. Got the livery on the lapel. Stethoscope,
Oh, very official.
pocket protector with pens. Looking good. Hey, I'm Doc Samuels. Just call me Doc, I guess. That's what they make us say. What is it? You have a problem?
Go on, tell him he's a doctor.
Oh, I had sex with a dirty prostitute, and my mom brought me here because my junk's on fire.
Sure. Come on back. We'll check you on out.
Okay.
You want to bring your...
My mom.
Like just a big toothy grin.
Yeah.
Try again. Is it your friend?
My friend.
Okay. Come on back. I've got it from here. Thanks for your help. He looks resigned and summons you into the examination room. Have a seat.
Tom is playing along, but you just need some blood, right?
Yeah, so as we're walking
can I
back,
have-
I'm like scanning the doors and trying to see if there's a
Okay.
medical supply closet.
So, passing through the corridor on your way to the exam room, you see a little kitchenette. Looks like he was probably enjoying some fast food back there, probably a midnight snack, a repast.
Jack in the Box, something like that.
Yeah, might have been.
Sourdough.
99-cent taco.
Smells nauseating.
Disgusting to me, yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Unfortunately, gross now.
There are several doors marked supplies, private, do not enter. There is a room marked refrigerated storage that has possibilities. And of course, the exam room, which is the door he holds open for you and
Okay,
offers to let you in.
I'll go in here with you to show you what's going on.
Well, I don't know if I need to see
But I
that.
don't-
Maybe I'll
yeah,
just be
you
right
stay
outside the door.
outside.
Yeah.
You're
maybe I'll
welcome
just-
to. You're welcome to stay if you want to. It's okay if you want to.
No, I'd be uncomfortable.
Okay,
want-
then you and
yeah.
me. Then you and me. Okay, great.
Yep.
Can I have your paperwork?
Yeah, I can't read or write, so
Really?
don't fucking shame me for that.
Sir, I'm going to ask you before we start the examination.
Yeah.
Have you taken any kind of drugs tonight?
Tonight?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of
What,
drugs.
Can you tell me what you're on? This will be much smoother. And no judgment. I don't care, but I want to make the right diagnosis and give you
Yeah,
the
no,
help
I
you
want
need.
the right diagnosis.
So what have you taken? What's he taken?
She's
What's he
outside,
on?
right?
Have you excused yourself?
I'm just like standing right outside the door, and I'm like, I can start on that clipboard if you need help.
Fantastic. Here you go.
Thank you. I'm just gonna keep my back turned to the door.
He'll shut the exam door at this point so that
Private.
he's alone
Yeah.
with Tom. What'd you take?
Yeah, I mean, you're a doctor, right? You can't break the hippopotamus oath or anything like that.
The sacred hippopotamus oath is near and dear to my heart.
I am on a crazy new fucking drug, man. I just finished, I came down off of something called Cherry Moon.
Oh, you too? Huh. That's stuff's becoming a problem.
Yeah, I hate it.
Can I ask you, and again, this is completely confidential. Can I
Yeah.
ask you where you got it?
I bought it from a shady dude under an overpass.
Okay, that tracks. All right, well, are you sure that what you think happened actually happened, or did it maybe not happen?
I'm 50-50 right now. Yeah.
Okay, well, hop up on the table here. And
Okay.
I'll take some blood,
Yeah.
check your vitals, and we'll see what we can do. Meanwhile,
Okay.
Why the fuck them up?
meanwhile, Betty is
Yeah.
alone in the corridor.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for the refrigerated storage.
It's not locked.
Oh, it's not?
No.
I try the handle.
It's open. It's not locked at all. It's a little room with several large refrigerators, and of course, it's got the refrigerators all full of various substances that need to be kept cold, vaccines, serums, and blood in bags. It's like a little buffet.
Yeah,
It's
you
like a
just
little
see.
buffet.
This is like
Continental
the best.
breakfast.
Yeah.
This is the best Betty's felt today. She says,
This is what we're talking about.
Just pop
right?
the top. All your favorites.
Couldn't even wait. Got to have a hit right here. sucking down that wonderful
Oh,
opaz.
it tastes like delicious pennies, sexy pennies.
Sexy pennies?
I didn't understand it either, but really beside the point.
It's metallic.
Yeah.
Ah, the copper.
Oh yeah, it's the
Can I grab
minerality.
another one?
Helping yourself. Take away a hunger die. Move yourself from 3 hunger to 2 hunger.
Yes. Which is
And
better.
if you choose to, of course, you can keep
Oh,
drinking.
I think I'd take another one.
Take another hit.
Yeah.
You're gonna be up your
This is
ass
fresh.
in these empty
Yeah.
bags.
And this time I'm like really thinking. It's like when one considers all the flavors of LaCroix. I'm like, well, I got my opaz,
yeah.
maybe some AB neg.
Ooh.
Let's go crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
now
Let's go
we're talking
crazy.
about blends.
Yeah. We go from universal donor to universal recipient.
Yeah, yeah.
Each has a different quality, and being a bagger by choice, you've learned to appreciate all the different flavors and
Subtle
I've
layers
learned
and blends.
to enjoy that they're devoid of resonance.
They have no emotional
I like that.
anything.
I like how cold and dead they feel. I don't feel happy. I don't feel sad. It just
You're not
feels
manipulated
like
by
food.
it at all. Well, you're
Yeah.
in control of
Yes,
it, right?
Yes.
That's what it's about.
It's like eating a granola bar, that's just sustenance.
Nature Valley.
Inoffensive, but not actively tasteless.
Yes, yes. They all hate it. They all hate my
It's
food.
because
Doesn't do
It's
much
not
for
food.
them.
Yeah.
Right.
They
For me,
they can subsist on it, but who would want to? Unless
unless you're me,
you're Betty.
you seek that type of. He seeks that type of intimacy. I don't.
It makes it taste better.
I'm just waiting for a nod or some sign.
Tenderizing the
I'm like taking my time, drinking my
Yeah.
second bag.
Doc Samuels
Hey, Doc,
has
yeah.
decided that he's going to treat you like any other patient. He's asked you to sit on the table and take off your shirt. He's put the stethoscope into his ears. Just going to listen to your heart for a minute, okay?
Real quick,
Yeah.
I am a vampire. I don't know if that's going to be a problem for you.
You mean this literally?
Yeah.
I see. I mean,
Hippopotamus.
we didn't cover this in med school. And what was your name again? Was it
My name is Frank.
Frank?
Yes.
Well, Frank, I have to admit, that's not something you hear a lot at Quick Night Med Check.
Okay.
In fact, you're my first vampire patient,
Okay. Well,
as far as I know.
I'm not hungry right now.
Although that would explain a few things.
And I'm actually, honestly, I'm feeling a lot better. I feel 110% right now. I could do some jumping jacks right here. So I'm gonna probably
Honestly,
put my
I don't-
shirt back on.
I don't think you're well. I'm going to encourage you to let me check you out. At least let me check your vital signs.
I haven't heard
Listen to
anything
your
yet.
heart.
I have you.
Take a
Because
blood
I went for
sample.
the second bag, so I don't know
Yeah.
when I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, it won't hurt. A little stethoscope action. Warm it up first.
You can't warm it up. You don't have any warm breath.
Oh, yeah.
He can.
He can, yeah. All right, go ahead.
Okay. He slips the stethoscope down your shirt since you
Yep.
haven't taken your shirt off, and what the hell? What's wrong with this thing? He takes the stethoscope away from your skin and taps it a couple times. Listens to his own heart.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing wrong.
Now you're
there.
showing off, bud.
Nothing wrong with there.
Oh.
Let's try that again.
Yes, let's try it again.
He positions it really carefully this
Yeah,
time.
that's where it would be.
There are. Look. It's not medically impossible that your heart isn't where it should ordinarily be. So
Absolutely.
we're gonna just move this. Nothing.
Yep.
Okay. Is this some sort of weird prank? Is this a kind of a?
I'm not a YouTuber, if that's what you're
Did
asking.
Rita put you up to this?
I don't know, Rita. No, I am a vampire, and nothing's going on in there.
Let me take your blood pressure.
Sure.
Okay. So you have you have sucked down more blood. Take
Yeah,
another
yeah,
take
I
another hunger die away.
Cool.
You're down to 1.
I slake myself, and then I just saunter across the hall nonchalantly.
Do you take any for the road? And what do you do with the depleted bags?
I think I would know better than to leave them here, so
Yeah.
Fold them carefully.
Oh, it's like a toothpaste thing. You want to get every last drop.
Yeah, get every last drop out with my little metal straw,
Mm-hmm.
My very Seattle reusable straw.
Reusable straw.
Fold
it's
it,
extensible.
put it in a pocket since I am wearing trousers. Debate grabbing another one for the road, and I'm like, no, that's fine.
Okay.
And because I don't want to carry it. And if it pops,
course.
it's going to ruin my pants. I've had that happen before.
That has occurred.
and
That has
so
occurred.
I just come back across the hall and I open the door, just like unceremonious, and I'm like, come on, let's go.
Oh,
The
yeah.
doctor is just about to wrap the blood pressure cuff around your arm.
I stand up.
We have to go. We really
You know what? I think I'm on drugs. I'm probably hallucinating everything. So I'm just gonna go, and I go to the door, and I go to grab it, and I shut the door. As I'm shutting the door, I give him a little smile, and I want to show a little fang.
He's just about to ask Betty for the clipboard because you were going to fill it out. But you
Yeah,
didn't.
my gambit's like the opposite. I just like, I'm like going to like hand him the clipboard.
And then he sees the smile.
Yeah.
Shuts the door between you and locks it.
Did you get what you needed?
Yes. What did you get what you needed?
You hear
Full physical, healthy as a horse.
You hear a voice from the front of the clinic. Yeah, reception. What? No, they haven't come out yet. Okay. Yeah, bye.
Hearing that, I kind of like walk over to the front.
Gonna come out of the corridor up to the front.
Yeah.
She's dialing on her phone.
Yeah. I just
On
say,
her personal phone?
On
Rita.
her cell phone.
Actually, you would know her name, but I just say, excuse me.
Yes.
And as she looks up, I just like cloud her memory.
Oh. As you approach and look into her eyes,
Yeah.
you see that she's dialed 911 on
Yeah.
the phone. And the voice on the other end says, 911, what is the nature of your emergency?
Yeah, I just like cloud her memory.
Rita is immortal. She cannot really do anything about this. She cannot resist what's about to happen.
She is prey.
She doesn't remember the last few minutes, whatever they were.
And then seeing the number on the phone, I'll be like, he's like, I'm actually just gonna drive him to the emergency room myself. You don't have to
That
call
sounds
the
like
ambulance.
a really good idea. Good luck. I hope things work out for you with your problem.
Come.
She hangs up the call.
Yeah. Out the door.
Yeah. The doctor is going to feel as though he has completely lost his mind. 'Cause he's not going to get any verification from her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would have clouded his memory too, but I don't think Betty knows. Thomas was just like, I'm a vampire. I think she's like, I'm
Betty
sure he lied.
Has
Yeah.
the
think
knowledge
he
of what has
Felt
just
comfortable
transpired.
talking to a doctor.
It's probably
he's-
never occurred to Tom to seek a medical opinion about this before.
Right. Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they know more than those medical TV shows would indicate.
Yeah,
you never
I-
know. You never know.
I don't think that idea that like you can tell a doctor anything would have faded
Yeah.
from Tom.
No,
Probably
still.
not. Doctors,
type of
bartenders,
optimism.
attorneys.
Yeah.
It's the
Right.
oath.
A therapist.
The
Tom
hippopotamus.
probably
the-
still goes to his therapist. And is like,
Probably.
can't eat food anymore as a vampire. It kind of sucks. And the therapist is like,
Oh man.
The hippopotamus oath, of course,
Hippopotamus
is sacred.
is sacred.
Exactly.
Long sacred.
Yeah.
So, pardon me.
No.
I need to make a note.
Of course you do.
there's a doctor.
There's a note now.
There's a doctor.
That's going in my personal permanent
Oh my
record.
God.
Down
Yeah.
in your permanent record. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the busted visage, the broken and busted visage. You have decided to hold down the fort, as
Yes.
it were,
Absolutely. It seems
awaiting
like
the
the
return
best
of your
idea.
compatriots.
I
What do you do with Rafe's torpid body in the meantime?
is there a rug or a yoga mats or anything around?
Many. This has already been indicated, actually.
Yoga mats and probably blankets, I would think, in the storage room. Tarps for covering art.
Great.
Canvas sheets.
After maybe a couple moments of looking at Rafe still, and as they left, Rico's looking at Jamison, looking at Rafe.
Yeah.
We gotta. I fucked up. We gotta cover our tracks. And I start to get a tarp, and I start to wrap Rafe's body.
Wrap him
I
up
make
in
a
it?
burrito.
If you
Wraith
will.
burrito? Wraith.
Rafe
Rafe
burrito.
Wraith
A Rafe
all the time.
burrito.
A Rafito.
And I'm agitated shaken. And as I start to wrap up Rafe, I'm rolling him away from Jamison. And I go down to pick him up and I say to him in his ear, Rafe's torpored body, I say, I don't know what it's like to be in torpor. I've never been in torpor. I don't know if you can hear me, but if you can, I want you to know that you're gonna die tonight. Because you...
That's not where I thought that was going.
Yeah, I thought it was. I was like, well, God, he's learning something important about himself. Jesus fucking Christ,
You
dude.
made me show them something that I didn't want them to see.
It's the shame.
And then I keep rolling him up,
I'd like
and
to
then
be-
I back up.
I'd like to be clear. You were trying to make sure that you were speaking quietly enough that Jamison didn't hear that.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, that was just for Rafe.
Because Jamison is in the room, I think he should have a chance to have overheard it, but it would be difficult.
Absolutely.
When you realize that he's whispering words into the unconscious Rafe's ear, do you do the honorable thing and give him space, or do you do
This
the
is
natural
Jameson
thing?
Keane we're talking about.
Natural thing.
No.
He wants the tea.
No, I absolutely need
Hot tea.
Secrets.
Well,
Hot
well,
tea.
I think that trying to listen to every conversation happening in a room is just something that Jameson does. It doesn't matter how many are going on.
I think it's probably wits and investigation.
Okay, I have those things. I am too hungry.
I'm going to set the difficulty at 3 because
Okay.
you were intentionally trying not to be overheard.
Yeah, I was trying not to be overheard.
Well, and listen.
Sorry I didn't bring you back a snack, but you guys always complain when I bring you my food, so that's why.
Yeah, well, we complain because it's disgusting. Now, but I'll say, so it's like, obviously, it's a 5, we went for 3 successes on 5 dice. I got a good feeling about it. And I want to make sure that everybody knows, especially those playing along at home, all of my dice have been charging
Yeah, they're weighted.
Whoa.
on the critical face.
Okay.
And
For safety's sake.
only success can result.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
Oh my God, Jerry, that's terrible.
Okay, now that is 1 success, and the rest are misses, but I would like to utilize
You're gonna
my
free that Willy?
my willpower.
You have some left, I
Have you ever
believe.
said that before?
No, that's my
Take
first
superficial
time.
damage and re-roll up to 3.
Yes, exactly.
love it.
I
Three
do.
of the
Three
You love
black.
Dice
I'm
only.
sad I love it.
Free that Willy.
The hunger dice cannot be re-rolled.
I know. I really, I like
It's worse than Vegas.
the dice system. I really like it.
It's
It
gambling.
is elevated. It
gambling.
is risk
Yeah.
management for sure.
Fuck.
Got one.
All right. Well, I got one more, and it's okay if I don't get it, but I
You're
need
over here
help.
thinking that he's like lamenting, saying, "Hey,
No, no,
sorry."
no.
And meanwhile, he's like, "I'm gonna kill you."
No, Jamison thinks what Jerry thinks or thought when you started talking to the body
Yeah.
that it was an absolution thing, but no, it's some twisted feat.
I think my read on this is that Enrique, Betty, and Jamison all know how to kill a vampire. At least they know some common ways that vampires can die. They've been around long enough, or they've seen enough, or they've been violent enough to witness things.
I may
don't
have
know
already
if
killed
Tom
one.
knows.
No, Tom would not know.
So I'm going to remind the 3 of you that your characters do know how to end a vampire, or you know some ways. Fire is a sovereign remedy against undeath, right? Definitely takes care of it. Beheading
Yep.
usually does the trick. Or any form of damage that is excessive enough to be considered what we would call aggravated at this point.
Like a wood chipper.
Would deal with it.
Yeah.
Wood chip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wood chipper, yeah, probably some sort of accelerant combined with a lighter, possibly even firearms if you stood there and shot enough rounds. Who knows how many that would take into a torpid body, but that would eventually probably do the trick. So you have options. Is all I'm
Yes.
saying. I'm just saying you have options.
It is, I think, fair to note that the tarps that I chose to wrap them up in are
Flammable.
yes.
Oh,
Probably one of those canvas tarps.
They're canvas, yeah.
from the back room, the kind you throw over wooden picture crates to protect them from.
Yes.
I think that it is at this point that Tom and Betty have returned.
Okay.
Thank you for going with me, Tom.
It was my absolute pleasure.
Sorry I didn't bring you back anything. And I say the exact same thing Jasmine said, but you always complain when I do. I don't know how you eat this stuff.
It's not food, but you are fed.
It's not food. That's why we don't like it.
You're better, yes?
It's just a shudder.
Yes, I'm better. I'm great.
Okay, what do we do?
I
with this?
really enjoyed it. I show him like the wrappers. It was so. This one, it's more coppery. This one was a little bit like licking aluminium foil.
Does it say O positive and AB
yeah.
negative on them?
Yeah.
Aluminium.
Yeah, aluminium foil, and it was so good and so devoid of any type of energy. It was so good.
Yeah, no life, no flavor, no taste.
Just porridge, sustenance.
Void.
I feel refreshed.
gruel.
I've been hungry all day. Okay,
Gruel.
I'm ready.
I open the door down those wooden steps, and I'm dragging his body.
No, I say, now, before we enter this darkened recess in the earth, I want to emphasize a couple things. One, this is the traditional realm of my blood kin. And as a result, I think it might be best if you allow me the pleasure, the pride of place in our group to communicate with those that dwell there. I understand that perhaps on the surface world, it is sufficient to be fast or strong or mean. And the world we are entering is one where these things are not the coin of the realm.
Fast, strong, mean.
Yeah.
So it has to be you, because you're not any of those things.
Yeah, you should be the one out front.
You don't have any of these qualities.
Well, I am offering myself as tribute here.
Okay.
I ask this with no sort of, I guess, judgment or not to assume anything.
Beatrice, you shame both of us with these lies.
But do are you saying you know these other Nosferatu? Do you all know each other? I'm just because you're saying that.
I look at
Betty,
them.
that is fucked up, Betty.
Well,
Holy
well,
shit.
but he said that.
I am
He said,
so
Chris.
sorry.
he said that this was his realm, so
Wow.
I was just asking if maybe
Jamison.
you knew each other.
I
or
apologize for Betty.
Bootleg Betty.
I am so old. I'm so sorry. It's
How many
just
Nosferatu do you know? How many
one.
Nosferatu are you friends with?
One.
You can
That's-
tell.
But he said
Madam, it shows. And I lead us down.
Down, the conversation is over, and down those wooden stairs
Blessedly
you go.
over.
I'm just apologizing the entire way down. I'm so sorry. It's just
But I
you
love
said
it. But you can
said
see
knew
that like
them.
side cut where we're
said
like
you knew
walking
them.
down in the dark and you're like, just, obviously it's like, I still have a lot
And
to
I
learn.
think you're great. And I think you're great. And I try to be an ally. I know that it's hard for you to be so ugly. And I try not to notice it, Jamie. And the entire time I'm
I
just
pretend like I don't even see it.
I don't
I
even
gonna be
see.
digging one
You know
grave
the
or
way.
two?
Do you know the way Tom doesn't see thin bloods and blood types? I don't even see this. I just see Jamie.
I just begin to hum a little tune. As-
Something from the Rat Pack days.
oh, no,
maybe,
absolutely.
something
So we
something
slowed
from
down
my-
earlier.
Beyond the
Wasn't
Sea,
that nice?
perhaps.
That was
Bobby
nice.
Darin.
That was
Exactly.
great.
Yeah.
That was great when we danced earlier. It's the entire way down.
What have you done with the now covered body of Rafe? Is this
Carrying
over
him.
your shoulder?
Like I'm
or
basically like a fireman carry.
fireman carry over your shoulder? So the feet probably bumping against your back as you're down the stairs.
I'm so close to tearing him off.
So let's talk about the underground for a moment and what you find down there. I will describe generally what you can expect. The underground is not one of those semi-clean access tunnelways, although certainly the city's sewerage system, the city's electrical and maintenance tunnels do intersect the underground at many different points, but the underground itself is the remnant of a bygone Seattle. After the fire, the Great Fire of 1886 destroyed the city, they were left with some design challenges, shall we say. Streets that needed to be raised above their old level as the city was rebuilt. They, instead of filling in those streets and giving themselves a solid foundation on which to build, they made the somewhat inexplicable decision to simply cover them over and build on top of them, leaving, in essence, an underground city. The first and second stories of many buildings in the Pioneer Square and downtown area are, in fact, subterranean. if you were to take the underground tour, which shows you that tiny sliver of the underground available to the tourist, you would see many of these storefronts, an old hotel entrance, a bank.
Yeah.
The first toilet.
The very first toilet,
Well,
I
so
believe,
I'm
is part of the exhibit.
Yeah, I live here, and it's like that's like the local thing that like I haven't done because it's like how it's like if you're local, there's like
Yes.
the local tourist stuff like
Go to
you
the top of
don't
the needle.
do.
Yeah.
It's like I've never done it. You're,
Never done it.
You're looking at full floors of buildings.
Yes, yes. You can walk along wooden walkways that have been placed there by the tour company, and you can see the facades of banks, hotels.
Does it look kind of like an excavation almost?
Parts of it do.
Because of how
yes.
the
parts of it
path
that
of
are
the lights-
available to the touring public
Yeah.
do, and of course they've strung up electric lights in those parts of it. But most of the underground is, as far as the public knows, empty and dark. And it's into this empty, dark place that you're going. So it's possible that there will not always be ready light sources.
Right.
This is where Betty's go-kit would come in really handy.
Yeah. The backlight.
I think it's in the back of your, isn't it in the back of your car?
Yeah, there's a kit in my car, and I'm sure you've put some of your stuff in the trunk since that's the vehicle that we're operating under. So
Yeah,
you
but
get
I
your-
mostly just carry my little bumper chute, and that's it.
Can you see in the dark?
Unfortunately, no.
You'd think.
You would think. Yeah.
You would think that being a vampire would come with that
especially Nosferatu.
Well, especially this guy.
Yeah.
accoutrement.
Yeah. No offense.
No,
But most kindred can't see in the dark any better than mortals can.
Yeah.
Certain Auspex powers, like heightened senses, if anyone has heightened senses,
I can turn that on.
it will
at
help.
a moment's notice.
It will certainly help you.
Okay. Yeah,
will
I'll flip the
certainly help
switch
you.
on heightened sense.
It isn't foolproof, but it'll make great use of whatever ambient light is available to you.
Okay.
And of course, the heightened sense of hearing, sensation, touch will help you navigate not unlike a bat. It isn't perfect in complete darkness, of course.
Okay.
But it's better than
Better than nothing.
No sight at all.
Should we get a light from the car?
Somebody want to take a moment and go grab a
It might
flashlight or
be
two
worth-
out of
it might be
the
worth
automobile?
getting some. I would get 2 at least.
I think I only have 2.
Yeah, perfect. Just run back. No,
Hold this. I'll be right back.
Yeah, exactly. Or you have him and you have to do the whole thing. You have to go all the way back up.
Actually, yeah, I think I've grown a little attached to this victim of mine. I
Yeah.
think I would probably take him with me, set him
down.
like, next to the door that gets us down here. Go outside. If there's at the back alley instead of the front door, go to
Yes.
the car, open the trunk,
Get the lights.
get the lights, get my ass back in there, and
Tedious but necessary.
but necessary. Hoist this guy back up.
Just love it.
Back down the stairs.
Yeah.
I might smack him once
Yeah.
before I do
Well,
that.
you're not. You don't really care if if it's running into stuff.
Yeah, this is
I'm
no-
not.
no
I'm not
response.
taking good care of him. Clearly, I will hand. Who's taking point? I'll hand you one, and I'll hand you one.
Now, this is called a mag light. And it's, from what I understand, one of the most powerful hand torches that a person can purchase. And it's often used by the police department. So it's got tactical capabilities as well.
It has a reputation that precedes it.
Oh.
I'll activate it and with a surprise. Whoa!
It is exceedingly bright. Maglights, of course, are LED powered. They have massive incandescence, big wattage packed in a small lightsaber-like object.
It looks like a solid column. I mean, like
Oh, yeah.
that's the thing about it.
If you hit somebody with that, it'll do superficial damage for sure. To a vampire, to a mortal, it could do a serious injury.
It's a bludgeon.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little.
There's a lot of
convenient
D
mace.
batteries in the back of that. Yeah.
And it illuminates everything in a fairly wide circumference. So 2 of those, fantastic. Who's
dialed
got
in.
the other one?
Yeah,
I've got
the
the-
2 of us have got them.
I'm like walking with Rico and kind of guiding him.
But I'm careful not to, like, if I have to turn to speak to someone, I'm careful to keep the light pointed ahead.
I had not.
Well,
Blinding
exactly, yeah, because I understand that, especially if the heightened senses are going, it would be like decapitating him with this.
Tom is trying to peer
flashlight.
into the whatever shadows remain.
So, what your senses bring to you as you let yourself be one with the underground night,
Yeah.
as it were? It's not completely silent and empty down here. You can hear the scurrying of little rat-like claws, rodent feet in the darkness.
Okay.
Sounds of dripping, blink plop, blink plop. Strange echoes, the rumbling of traffic overhead.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Smell, it's damp, it's musty, it's dusty, there's decay. There's a lot of earthy, loamy smells down here. In fact, I should point out that under your feet, it is not a pristine concrete walkway. It's gravel, dirt, trash, crap.
Mushrooms.
It's not an even field. Probably mushrooms growing out of various damp corners and crevices, water leaking down masonry walls. It's not a pleasant place, unless you're really into this sort of thing. In fact, Tom, it's not your idea awesome.
Yeah, man, and I'm wondering how far he would have hauled a body down here before he just tossed it.
That is an excellent question, and the answer
Tossed it.
the answer is
yeah,
soon.
Betty knows a little bit, but I mean, David was also kind of bullshitting her a little bit, but he said he literally
threw it.
The answer isn't long in coming. You don't go more than, let's say, 20 yards down the passageway away from the stairway where you stop short, and Jamison can see in the light of his massively powerful incandescent wand, right? It says, little Gandalf, I have no memory of this. Shining it down into the sort of pit that has opened up at your feet. It's not wide, maybe half a dozen feet, 6 feet, 7 feet across. The passageway continues on the other side, but it's at least maybe 8, 10 feet deep, and you do not see a body, but you see pieces. Oh. The flashlight picks out a foot still wearing an expensive tennis shoe.
Oh, man.
With a lot of dried blood around what used to be an ankle. There's blood dripping up the other side of the pit. There are some drag marks in the dirt and masonry on the other side, disappearing into the darkness. Something heavy has been dragged away from here.
What's
This
the other part
well
of it?
be Wendell.
Okay.
do I remember what the shoes
Or it
from the
might be
photograph
someone
were?
else. I believe it was just a face
Yeah,
shot.
I think it was
Yeah,
a selfie.
We need to
with
find
his Tesla.
like undercut haircut on a skull somewhere.
Yeah, we need to find the rest of this. I'm going to.
Based off of the gore, can I tell whether this person would be alive or dead?
That is a really interesting question. Betty knows a thing or two about blood and bodies.
Oh, really?
You don't have any medicine skill.
No.
A little short in science as well. It's
you know
difficult
what?
to say. Merely losing a foot is not necessarily going to kill you. It's of course what happens afterwards. But one thing you do notice, and as I said, you know a lot about blood. There's not nearly enough blood down here for someone to have bled out after having their foot ripped off.
Okay.
So this is, I cannot
Okay.
stress this enough. Tom Hollandaise has a pip in medicine.
Well, yeah, he's tattooing people.
This is what I mean.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah,
has,
you have to know a little bit.
well, exactly, but you also have these 2 points in occult. Like Tom has this surprisingly broad, this surprisingly broad knowledge base.
He dated a girl once that was really
did.
into like stones and
Yeah, crystals.
yeah, crystals.
She's telling me about my aura.
Yeah,
think
Wiccan
that,
maybe.
The number of tattoo customers who want symbols tattooed on them from various mythologies and histories of the world might account for some of that knowledge.
Absolutely.
Right? Runes and whatnot.
Tom is going to look it up and make sure it's all
Symbols.
right. He's not going to want to put some
Sure,
weird
you want to be
symbol on something.
accurate.
Yeah.
Who knows what demon might appear if you do it wrong?
Right.
Exactly.
I
Oops, didn't mean to do that.
there's a couple things I'd like to do as soon as I see this, what looks like it could be a crime scene. I want to see if the blood around there, I want to see if it is seems fresh or if it's drying up.
Okay. Do you, in fact, want to draw on your smattering of medical skills to make
would.
a discernment?
Yeah.
Dude, I wonder if it's
Make
like
it intelligence and medicine, please.
I wonder if it's
Okay,
like from
intelligence
CSI.
is 2. 1 for medicine, and I'm not hungry right now.
The
at
cherry
all.
moon removes
Yeah.
all your hunger.
So I'm feeling good.
One success.
Not
You know, it doesn't really mean anything to you. Maybe if you examined it a little bit more closely, but
Yeah.
from up here with
Yeah,
the
I
light
just got my
shining
hands on my
it,
hips. I'm like, fuck if I know.
I don't know.
I think
It's
like
blood.
definitely a foot.
Yeah, that's a
for
foot.
sure.
I think,
of
like-
that you're certain.
Yeah.
in probably another move that disgusts the rest of the party. Sorry, I dropped my pencil. I think I'd hop down there
Ha.
and I'd probably just like those trackers that like taste animal scat. I'm just
man, I
like,
knew that was coming.
Right down in the
I knew it. I knew it.
I support myself on the wall.
what?
It's coagulated. It's scabbed
Fucking gross,
over
Betty.
the wounds.
Yeah.
There's probably flies buzzing around it.
No, this is old, friends. This is right on the verge of going. I wouldn't
Maggots.
recommend
The
it.
part where you would not
Virgin
no
going?
you would no
Yes,
longer be
I would-
interested.
I would consider maybe not trying this one.
Oh
You have seen enough blood in and out of bodies because of the nature of the way you feed to make an educated guess. It's probably at least 4 or 5 nights old.
Oh yeah. It's not-
man.
see now, if you were to put this foot in a refrigerator 5 nights ago, you could heat it up in. Sometimes Alfred
'Cause it's
puts it in the microwave. I don't know if
yes.
you've heard of that.
Yeah.
But this,
Nuke it?
yeah, it's not good, friends. It's been here for some days, probably five nights.
But there is there's clear drag marks. But there's clear drag marks.
Something has been dragged up out of the
They
pit.
took the rest.
On the other
But I will
side?
say,
into the
I
other
think
side.
from the taste, this may be. Oh, that's horrible.
It's definitely.
Oh, that's horrible.
It's definitely.
I think it could be a. I think it could be a Wendell.
Come this way. Come.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, it tastes.
It's definitely more.
Oh, it just
Fortunately for you.
come away from it,
It just
madam.
tastes horrible.
I will jump down and
thought
take
you
a
had
look
your
at
fill
the.
already.
See if I can pull myself up on the other side. I mean, you have to like jump down in and then pull yourself up. It's a pit, right?
So the foot's in the pit. So once you jump down into the pit, and by pit I mean it's a big hole.
Yeah.
Floor has given way. Dirt and gravel have cascaded into the bottom.
Okay.
It isn't deliberately a pit.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not a trap that he fell.
And you're not going to have a problem clambering out again.
Okay. Do I see where the drag marks?
Yes,
go?
indeed. They're up the other side, and they appear to disappear into the shadows. But yes, and now Betty's got the foot in the very expensive tennis shoe.
Well, I'm gonna look down into because I've still got my heightened senses, and they're not shining their flashlights down this side.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
So
what's do I see? I just see it disappear.
let me try to set the scene for you. You came upon this. Let's call it, instead of a pit, we'll call it like a floor cave-in.
Okay.
It's just a piece of the floor that's given away, and gravel and dirt have fallen into it, forming an unnatural pit. The foot is at the bottom of the pit. Well, now the foot is in Betty's hand.
It's in Betty's clutches.
And you and Betty are at the bottom of this hole. There are drag marks up the opposite side of the hole, as though someone has pulled something out
That's
of
what,
the pit.
I want to see if I can see where that went.
Yes,
will follow
absolutely. You want to clamber up the other side of the pit, and the corridor that you were following resumes, and there are clear drag marks. Only 1 foot, though, clearly.
Something keeps going this
Maybe a
way,
hand
guys.
Yeah.
dragging in the dirt, or a foot.
Okay,
Hard to say.
I put the foot down. Okay.
You're not going to keep it.
No, it's not. No, it's
You're not,
Oh,
you're not allowed to keep it.
oh,
This looks
no,
like a good.
no, I can't.
I sat down, Rafe.
In the pit, in the hole.
Just like outside the pit, so that if I wanted to, I can just push him into the pit. So I look like I might do that. I have a hand on him, on the top of his head. This seems like a good place to dispose of this guy for good. Shall we light him on fire down there?
Well, do we want to dispose of him for good, though?
I do.
Just trade 1 for 1.
Listen.
For what good reason would we keep him?
Well, I think I have some information that you don't.
Do tell, please.
Going to do something I rarely do.
Somebody
Going to the fucking
was waiting for Rafe. Rafe was waiting for someone. Someone was supposed to come and meet him, and therefore someone has undoubtedly noticed that he's probably missing. This creates a unique problem for us. Now, from what David told me, and he is a bastard man, but he is still a very knowledgeable bastard man. He did tell me that Rafe would be missed So David is most likely on his way to go tell Benny that we did the deed. But we're in a unique position because if we go to Benny first, we could probably tell him that David did the thing. And even better, if we could maybe bring Rafe over to our way of thinking. Jamison, I'm sure you know what I'm implying. That maybe Rafe could go and tell Benny that David did the deed. And then we don't have to.
I don't think Rafe's going to be doing a lot of any kind of thinking.
Well, no, but he's not.
I lift his arm and drop
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
Well, he's not dead yet, Tom.
Oh, okay.
No, he's not. He's in a coma of sorts. But very easy to make dead if we decided to. What makes you think that he's going to be on our side? How do we make that happen?
Well, what would
I
happen
did
is
this to
I
him.
would feed him my essence
I see. To make him
Yes.
attached to you.
and force him to do what I want him to do.
Would he know that he's being coerced in that way?
But he doesn't have a choice. You see, my skill set doesn't just allow me to make people forget things. It also allows me to really force them to do what I want if they've partaken.
This is why we are friends with Beatrice.
You mean you've been feeding us your blood?
No! Tom!
That's what he just fucking said.
Jamison, explain it to him clearer.
Oh, no. We are friends
You're real
with
friends.
Beatrice, so she does not do this to us.
Oh!
Yes. But I.
Thomas, I apologize. Your imaginings must have
Well,
grown
you said
quite
that's
dark.
why we were friends with her.
No.
And you're all just cool with it.
No.
Like we're little pets
I mean,
or
I prefer
something.
not to do it,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean I'm not good at it. I would say
So
I'm
is he conscious? I like wave my hand.
no, he's gone.
But you can feed him your blood in the
Well,
steak.
I don't know that I could bring him out of torpor, but I'm sure we could find somebody who could.
What do you have to do?
Jamie, do you know? It's been so long for me.
Let me search torpor.com.
I think
I just shake him. Hey,
Torpor.com!
hey.
he's a rag doll. He's completely inert. It's like shaking someone who's asleep or dead. There is absolutely no response. They have nothing. Jamison, you are the oldest of the coterie, I think, by a few years at least. I find it difficult to believe that you don't know something about this situation.
Yeah.
I don't know that your knowledge is exhaustive or that it is especially precise, but I think it is safe to say that you're aware that vampires who drop into torpor sometimes eventually come out of it of their own volition after
A
passage
long
of
time.
time.
Yeah.
It seems to be dependent on the chronological age of the vampire or maybe their connection to their human selves, hard to say. You also know that if vitae, vampire blood essence, is fed to a torpid vampire, if the conditions are right, they will wake up. And yes, that does in fact create the first stage of the blood bond, the dreaded blood bond between the giver and the receiver. Now, whether or not any of you have sufficient potency of blood to wake up Rafe, I don't think you know.
But the attempt.
But the attempt can be made. I think it's probably also fair to tell you this. If you put some of your vitae into Rafe and can't wake him up because you lack sufficient blood potency, perhaps, when he does eventually wake up, the effects of having ingested your blood will still be in play. So he would still be unnaturally attracted to you as the recipient of a blood bond, the first stage of a bond.
The first stage, you have to do it more than that.
But he will.
Well, I think we have a few options available to us. I've been mulling this over in my mind. One is that, we bamboozle Rafe into thinking I'm his friend and he couldn't possibly rat me out. The second would be we get ahead of this, we go to Whatcom and snitch on Rafe and say that Rafe was here to purchase drugs and that David is on his way to Benny to tell him that he's going to sell out the both of them because he's a rat and he has a history of being a rat.
He's known for it.
And we get Whatcom on our side and get him against Rafe. And the third option is the one you would like to do, but I think, no offense to you, that leaves a lot of loose ends since we were the last people here. And everyone knows we're looking for Wendell.
And then we'll just have to kill more people to cover our tracks.
Will that be an issue?
To kill more people?
Do you have a talent for it?
I think our endeavors
It's better if we avoid that.
to ingratiate ourselves with Lou are ultimately to ingratiate ourselves with the prince. Benny is the prince's enforcer.
Yes.
My other fear is if we get rid of one of Benny's little bootlickers, he might take it out on the Thin Bloods.
Right.
He's not rather fond of them.
No,
And they were last seen there just a night ago.
Okay, how about this? And I go to the tarp and I open up
the burrito.
the burrito. Yes, I
the
open up
Raf-
the top.
the Rafito, yes.
The Rafito it opens up at the top, and you see Rafe's kind of vacant
his
face.
Vacant face, pallid, of course, mouth slightly open to show his fangs. His hair, of course, is very, very messed up.
God, Rico.
Destroyed his hairdo.
Oh, you Brujah, it's so. You could have taken it easy. My God.
I think I was taking it
There's
easy, to be
a
honest.
really vicious wound in his skull where you slammed his head repeatedly against the floor.
I take
Did
a
you see
really
it?
good look at that.
Did you see it?
I run my fingers across that almost in admiration.
Are you admiring
You're never
your own
allowed to
handiwork?
tell me I'm nasty again. You're never allowed to tell me I'm gross for licking a severed foot again, because
Tom.
that's worse.
Yeah,
Arguably.
Rico.
I don't know about you, but I see some artistry in this.
He's admiring the wound he's made, admiring his handiwork.
Yeah, I see it too, buddy. You know, we all have our own mediums that we like to work in. And
This is a medium I like to work in.
There are those who work in skulls.
yeah,
Yeah, skull and.
I haven't asked you, Tom.
What's the metal that's in blood?
Iron?
Yes.
Hemoglobin.
And
Skull and
Smith.
hemoglobin. Hemoglobin.
I haven't asked you. Have you been continuing to use your heightened senses all this time?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'd be on alert down here.
I'm going to take it as read that maybe you've had to move a few steps away from the conversation because it would be very loud in your ears.
Yeah.
But since you're still continuing to use the heightened senses, you are the only one who hears the sound of the gallery door opening. Shit. The front door and the street door opening.
Somebody was coming after them.
And then you hear a voice. It's only a loud whisper, but you, because of your preternatural senses, hear it clearly. Rafe! Rafe, where the hell are you?
Yeah, I would immediately.
Now you hear slow footsteps walking across the floor of the gallery.
Do you recognize the voice?
Rafe!
I don't know if I recognize it. It's a low whisper.
It's a loud whisper, but it's not distinctive.
I would just be like, guys, there's people upstairs.
Footsteps are beginning to walk through the gallery. You think they're getting a little closer to the door that goes to where you are.
Yeah, I would probably tap Betty. They're walking around upstairs.
Turn off the flashlights.
You are in darkness.
Don't look like you're hiding the body. Stop admiring the head wound.
What body? What?
Stop stroking the head wound.
You're in darkness. The lights are off. You are plunged into absolute blackness of the Seattle underground.
Hopefully they can't see.
Yes, the door is.
I was gonna say, hopefully they can't see us if they come down here and we can't see them.
I'm crawling into that pit where the foot was found. I'm dragging the body with me.
Okay. Dragging the body down into the pit with you. You're in the pit. Mm-hmm. You climbed up the other side to see where the tracks were.
Yeah.
You're still in the pit with.
No, I think I'm up with Jamison on the other side now.
Edge of the pit.
Okay.
And we're getting ready to maybe talk ourselves ways out of this, maybe?
I think that's going to be a tall order.
Are you continuing to listen?
Oh yeah. Now that I hear footsteps, I'm trying to track if they're walking towards the back.
Oh man.
The gallery isn't very big, and you've seen it all. So
Yeah.
you can make I think you can make a
Guess.
fairly good guess at where the footsteps are going. The first thing they do is they go to the back of the gallery, the storage room, and you hear the sound of the alleyway door open.
Ah.
Rafe! Shit. The alleyway door closes, and then the footsteps approach the basement door. He's coming this way. Ooh! You hear, all of you now hear the sound of the basement door open. Remember, you're 20 yards away from the stairs, so you are not in the direct line of sight of the door.
No.
But nonetheless, a dim square of yellow light appears at the far end of the tunnel. Doesn't illuminate you. You're too far away from the stairs. Rafe! And you can all hear that whisper.
I don't think he's coming down.
I would get very low.
Yeah, I'm in that pit.
Very slow, tentative footstep hits the first wooden stair.
Right.
And then another. And then another.
Why would he?
Rafe!
He's gonna check
This isn't funny!
He's gonna turn around. He's gonna leave.
It's too scary.
It's
Do we
just scary.
recognize that whisper yet?
Like the clown from It could be down
It's
here.
definitely Whatcom.
It's
It's
Whatcom?
definitely Whatcom.
Oh, I could play this.
Yeah, of course you could.
I could play this.
Couple more seconds.
Yeah.
Another tentative, nervous step on a stair. David?
Should I? Should I do a thing?
Well, I'm just let's
Do
play
what
the
you
card
do.
when we need to.
Okay.
Now he's spinning out.
The next step is really hesitant. Whoever that is, presumably Whatcom, to judge
Yeah.
from the voice,
That's the
doesn't
guess.
want to come down here.
No,
No.
no one does. You get thrown down here.
Footsteps stop. Whoever it is standing on the stairway. Maybe they're listening, maybe they're thinking, maybe they're trying to work up the courage to continue. Who knows?
Tom's just head down.
Yeah.
We're all staying silent?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Footsteps return back up the stairs. And now you hear the sounds of drawers and cupboards opening and closing, and the sounds of rummaging in them. Looking for something. Rummage, 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 rummage.
Yes. What is this? I'm just trying to.
Oh
figure
yeah,
out.
I share that knowledge with everyone. Rafe was here to buy drugs.
Exactly, but is Whatcom part of it? This is my question.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Now, he knows that you're in league with the Thin Bloods. He doesn't know that I'm in league with the Thin Bloods. Should I go suss him out?
The next sound you hear is footsteps coming down the wooden stairway again.
Probably looking for a flashlight.
This
Shit!
time-
Shit, guys!
He's
guys!
looking for a fucking flashlight.
Guys, no!
It's true. It's true. It's exactly what has happened. A very thin, pale, indeed feeble beam of light is now playing in the darkness far, far behind you near where the stairs
I
are.
gotta intercept this.
Nope.
I gotta maintain
Now
your
you gotta
cover.
fix it.
Okay, okay.
Everybody else is out.
Yeah.
I'm
You are
hiding.
here.
I very quietly turn around and go,
Now, the most obvious place for you to conceal yourselves is the pit.
yeah.
It's out of the line of sight of the
Yes,
stairs in the
that's
tunnel. But if you were to need to spring into action, you would need to climb out or soaring leap out.
Yeah. Happy to.
Are you near me enough? Maybe you should make it seem like you've come
I know.
down from up there.
He doesn't know that I'm with you guys.
Footsteps coming closer.
Boo!
So you've emerged out of the pit, and you're
Boo.
Yeah, but I
yourself
wait
being
till I
seen?
get closer to him and I go, boo!
Boo. How close to the pit do you want to let him get?
Not close at all. Because when I see that pale beam, I'm already off.
Yeah.
Right.
You're ready
So
to intercept.
The pale beam hits you, and that's
And you
boo.
just, yeah, and she's
Boo.
just giggling. She's like, you look
Ah,
so
shit! Drops the flashlight. Fires the gunshot.
The fuck?
Does he hit me?
No, it goes wild. The bullet goes careening off some concrete and pipes.
Put my head lower.
I almost.
Scrambling for the flashlight that's rolling around on the floor.
Why
He
are
picks it
you
up.
so
His hand is
scared?
actually shaking as he trains the beam on you again.
Oh,
is a
darling,
good
you're
energy.
shaking.
That is the only thing that stopped me from jumping out of the pit.
Yeah.
Is hearing your voice
Yeah.
say that.
Was
I'm so sorry.
that wasn't funny?
It was. I'm so sorry. It
Could have
was,
shot you. I should have shot you.
oh, yeah. I'm sorry. It was
And
just
then-
it was so funny.
In the dim, pale light of the flashlight, He looks embarrassed.
Yeah, probably. That was my intended
I
effect, to
suspect,
make
yeah.
him feel like a little bitch.
He doesn't point the gun at you. He doesn't put it away either.
Yeah.
Keeps it at his side.
Yeah, Betty just like dons her intimidating avatar and is like, "Are you afraid of the dark?"
Are you using the shadow cloak? Yes. So,
And she's like a being of dark. So you see the shadows begin to form around her into this high collar that sounds like, it looks like crawling hands. It's like so creepy.
Yeah, their version
Yeah.
of it, right?
tendrils of shadow, little fingers of shadow, as I believe that you like to create, envelop themselves around you into a terrifying mantle. It's like that one of those evil queen mantles, you know?
Yeah, and
The big dark fan of
yeah,
around the
and the
neck.
body language Jamison would appreciate. It is right. It is very much like.
It's good. The energy here is good.
He has the good sense not to point the light directly at you, but you can still see each other. He's dressed in a different but still beautifully cut Italian suit.
This man's suit and watch game.
He is
It's on point.
going
It's elevated.
on.
Tell me about the watch. Tell me about the watch, Jason.
This one is a vintage military tank watch that's been gilded. Gilded.
Incredible.
It's a great
His Italian loafers, though, they're going to be toast. The gravel is already getting to them.
He didn't want to come down.
No,
it's
he
probably to
didn't.
protect the footwear.
Yeah.
Hey, Betty,
Yeah.
listen. I don't like you, I think.
And he just keeps giggling.
But about what happened. I'm sorry about that. I wasn't myself.
No, I don't think you were.
I felt I wanted to rip your face open with my fangs. And I'm sorry about that.
Well,
Arguably, I should have done it.
I don't think you could have. But, we can agree to disagree there. Watkin. Now,
Not my proudest moment.
yes, it was rather ungentlemanly of you. And although I do like you,
He looks surprised, but intrigued.
Yeah.
it was rather unbecoming.
It's not,
Anarch behavior.
hey,
Gross.
hey, that is below the belt.
Rodeo.
And you see, it's almost like a bit of like a, she doesn't rescind it. She's like,
No, she is behind the curtain and she's
I
pulling the
expected
levers.
better from Benny's boys.
I can't believe I'm going to ask you this, but have you seen Rafe?
I have.
Yeah. Here?
Yes.
He was here to buy something, I guess.
Oh, yes. From a rather unsavory individual that I unfortunately
David
have
too?
some history with. Well, that's why I was
He's
here.
an asshole.
Yeah, he is. And he's a rat.
A rat? Mm-hmm. You mean like Snitch?
Yes.
Not surprising considering the circles he runs with.
I came here to see him.
To see David.
Yes. And I saw them in the alley.
Really?
They were arguing
Really?
over the stuff.
Huh. Well, he's not there now. Where the hell does this go anyway? And what are you doing down here?
Well, I came down here looking for the stuff. You see, apparently they boosted it from a ghoul, one of the Cam's ghouls. They had a big altercation in the alley, and in fact, David took a blow to the chest, which I have to say was rather wonderful to watch.
Probably had it coming.
Oh, 100%.
I don't like that guy much.
I wish it was more lethal, but your boy Rafe wasn't up to the job.
Yeah.
I took advantage of their scuffle to slip down here and see if I could find hide or hair, and unfortunately, I haven't been able to find anything yet, so.
That all tracks. Rafe, he's kind of a project. I took him on. He's kind of new at all this. And I've had my doubts, but Benny likes him, so trying to show him the ropes. But he didn't have a great night, and neither did I. And
Oh no, what
did
happened?
you You know what happened. Neither of us had a great night.
Oh, that.
Yeah, the thing we all agreed to forget about.
You'd forgotten about it. Yeah.
What
even?
event? Amateur. I don't know if goading him is good because if he
Okay.
flips out, it's going to be bad.
Yeah. Hey, god damn it.
Trying to be, you know, the bigger kindred here.
Okay, so be it.
Did you find your stuff? You said no.
No, I don't think it's down here.
He shines the light down the tunnel, and fortunately, the three of you are in the pit. So the light just plays over your head.
General admission.
The cheap seats.
Yeah.
Exactly. Where does this go anyway?
I don't know. I have ideas, but I haven't been down here myself.
Damn creepy, if you ask me.
On that note, we can agree.
Well, look, I gotta find Rafe. If he ran afoul of David and there was what did you call it? An argument, a confrontation? He could do something really stupid. Rafe
He was
sometimes.
desperate to get the stuff.
Do you know what it is? What he wants?
I think it's some kind of vampire narcotic.
Oh, it's not that cherry moon shit, is it?
Oh, it was. They were talking about flavors and original and new. I don't know. I don't really dabble in the stuff, Watkin, but.
A lot of kindred want a hit of that stuff. It's expensive.
Oh, Rafe was desperate for it, and there was even mention of the bartering of a rather nice watch. I was watching from the rooftop.
And David deals in that?
Yes.
I mean, I know he's a smuggler, he's a thief, con artist, whatever, but I didn't realize he Do you,
Oh, not only does he deal, and she gets closer, she's just like, well, when they were arguing over the price, David tried to extort him. He threatened to go to Benny and let him know that one of his goons, sorry if you mention my crude mention of the term, was agreeing to look the other way in return for the stuff. It got nasty. I decided to take advantage of their little scuffle to peep in through the front door and see if I could find, this ghoul, but no luck there.
Shit. Well, this is just great. And you don't have any idea where they went.
So this is the part where Jerry always thinks I'm evil. Well, I have David's address.
Other than this place. I mean, everybody
Well,
knows
he
to look
doesn't
for
make
David
his
here.
bed here.
Oh, the houseboat?
But I've been wanting to. I keep well apprised of my where my enemies lay their head.
What would that be worth to you, that little piece of information? I'm a big fan of the phrase mutually beneficial. That's always been one of my personal mottos. Do you think we could trend in that direction?
I would prefer to, yes. But not if you're going to be brutish about it. You'll have to promise to behave.
Well, you do not let up.
Be a gentleman.
It's pedal to the metal with Betty.
And,
Jesus.
and then she, to add a little bit of salt to the wound, but not in an insulting way, but more in a reproachful way, she says, act a little bit more like the kindred I met at the bar, and a little bit less like the animal in the alley. I know that people of our sort of affliction have to dwell in unsavory places, but there's no need for it to make you unsavory.
Are you done busting my chops?
Maybe.
God, Betty was built for Seattle.
Yeah.
Just built for it. You're gonna be fucking running this place.
Lasombra!
I got into the ground floor.
You can see the conflicting emotions playing across his face as he thinks about this. All right. One more question then, before we strike a bargain, if we do. Where does David get where's he getting the cherry
Oh,
moon?
now he's gotcha.
Yeah, right?
Now he's
Well-
fucking gotcha.
I'm trying to find out. And
Oh,
when I got here, I was trying to get into the blood trade. Well,
Yeah.
this cherry moon is starting to get the attention of the local constabulary. It's a little bit of a threat to the masquerade.
What, the cops?
No, but
We got the cops covered. Don't worry about the cops.
people are starting to.
Cops got most unions.
Really?
Most of the institute. I mean, I'm not worried about that.
Oh, well, that's good then. Wow.
But you don't know where he was getting it.
No, I can't be sure.
Something here does not add up.
No, you're quite right. The math is not mathing.
Oh.
It's unable to
dice
get a dice
Too
pool.
many dice
It's unable to
here.
math.
The math is not mathing.
I'm really, really glad that you drank a bunch of bags so that you're not throwing 3 reds into this tray.
Betty,
I'm doing
could
my
I,
best.
No,
You're
I'm
doing
not mad,
great.
dude. You're killing it. I'm
You
just
are.
saying
Yeah,
I want the dice to help you out.
Doing
Could I have
fantastic.
a manipulation and subterfuge roll from you? You're not being intimidating at the moment, so I don't think that the shadow cloak power, the bonus applies. You're not trying to scare him.
No, no, no,
You're trying to deceive him.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
play like the damsel that's into him, even though I'm probably not into him. Like a little nibble, a little slap and tickle is okay, but ripping my face off, that's gross.
Yeah, no.
How many onks?
Okay, that's 2, but
Okay.
I could willpower it.
His roll was terrible. He's rolled exactly 1 success.
Okay, so far.
So he is inclined to take your word for it, at least for now, and doesn't have any indication that you're trying to deceive him, even though you are. Okay, all right. Look, I don't want to spend any more time here than I absolutely have to.
hole.
This is really disgusting. So let's go back to
Shoes
our
are getting ruined.
bargain. David's what is this? His hangout? Another business? Is this where he sleeps?
It's where he sleeps.
Ooh, oh, boy, I can't believe I'm going to do this. What do you want for that?
Guys, out of character, what should I ask for?
A sourdough jack.
I got this bitch. I kind of want to ask him for his watch, but that might be too much.
Listen, not unless you want to like authentically pursue some kind of long-term. If you got the watch,
I don't think he's into me like that. He just said he didn't like me.
he's lying.
He said, sorta.
Well, do you want to try to read his emotional situation?
Yeah.
Okay.
More cherry moon.
In that case,
yeah. Also, yeah.
I
Get some
know
of
what
the fucking.
I know what Thomas wants.
we
Get that
created an
cherry
attic.
moon.
in that case, I'd like a wits and insight roll from you. Wits.
Oh, wits is my best.
Wits is a great attribute for you.
Yeah.
And
When you're a
I mean,
bootlegger, you got to be
effective.
fast on your feet.
You know, that's a really good one for you. So that's 6 dice. He's not particularly difficult to read.
Oh, that's not bad. I have 3.
You once again you've beat him by 1. So the reason
Tell me
that he
everything.
is embarrassed is because he does like you.
If you like,
You think that the kind of person Whatcom is, if he didn't like you, he wouldn't be nearly so put out by his own behavior.
Gotcha.
It's like he's afraid he's ruined his chance. You remember how interested he was in you at the Macklem bar, you know?
Yeah.
And then
Initially, right?
They
right,
thought I
and
was like this
then-
badass bootlegging
right? He was
lady.
super pleased to
Yeah.
meet you, thought there was a great business arrangement, and then as it turns out, you run with a pack of, hoodlums or who knows what, consorting with thin bloods, and then he lost his cool. There's very little that's more embarrassing for many kindred than to be seen to let the beast take charge.
Yeah,
sure.
And
Yeah.
you
No,
got
I
it- you
remember
got
the
full
way
look.
Tom looked at me when I chopped that dude's hands off. Betty wanted to die.
Yeah. It was a rough
Betty's
night.
not like Rico, like, look at this gash. Betty's like, don't look at these hands, Tom. Tom, look away.
Yeah, no hands. But basically,
Tom's not used to seeing the beast.
do you like me? Yes, no. Yes.
Okay. I have,
Yes,
I have
you
a
checked
couple
the
of
box.
ideas.
There's something there. There's something there. What do you want for this this piece of valuable information?
Well, this took me a long time to get.
I mean, I would be in your debt. I would owe you a boon.
Yeah, I mean, what if
big
you just
time.
asked for a favor
So,
when
yeah,
we need
I was
it?
gonna
always-
say, I'm going
oh,
to
yeah,
ask
thank
for 3 things, and I don't think 2 of them will be difficult.
You understand that if this information isn't true, I gotta
Oh, my
take it up with you again?
My sources are pretty accurate.
Okay.
David's not going to return here, so this is your best bet.
Why? What happened?
Well, the way him and Rafe were going at it in the alley, I think it would be in his best interest to not come back here.
It got that heated, huh?
Oh, it did.
Okay.
Quite.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 3 things. Fire away.
Thing number 1, if you find him, can you just give him a sound thrashing for me?
Ray for David.
David.
Oh yeah, sure. Done.
I
Done.
knew you wouldn't object to that one.
Freedom.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah.
I'll kick him into torpor if you want.
I'd appreciate it.
Not gonna find Rafe.
Number 2, can I have your watch?
What?
Oh, it's just such a nice piece. Isn't it vintage?
Oh, no. And you know he's a collector. I bet every time we see him, he's got a new.
Oh, a different one.
Yeah,
That
he
means
had a
he's got
different
whole
one in the
bunch.
Macum bar.
This is what I mean.
And he had a different one the night you were met him up in the jungle. My watch, really? My vintage World War II tank commander's watch?
I love war collectibles.
Yeah, I'm telling you, just like from his perspective, like this is too.
Ooh.
It's too potent.
That's like a.
Like you are
It's-
giving him a gift.
It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. He undoes the clasp.
It stirs me.
Looks like he might change his mind and hands it over.
Put your wrist out.
Jerry, are you writing a fan?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's writing it.
Yes, 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 yes.
Happening.
Come on, do it. Yeah, yeah.
Are you trying to cast a spell on this man? Cast a spell.
Just channel Rico.
Just
Yeah,
cast
you know what? Yeah.
Just cast a spell.
Jameson Spectre appears to Betty.
On the poster, I'm the big head.
Practically hear him in your
Put it
head.
on you
You're the shadow cloak.
Beatrice.
from the pit. Put it on you.
I could vanish. I could be right there. Nobody's gonna know. I'm there watching this. This is my dinner.
Practically hear Jamison's voice in your head. Beatrice. Beatrice. Be a lady.
For once.
Yeah, no, fine. I put out my slender wrist with my leather murder gloves, my black leather
Yeah.
murder gloves.
He looks surprised, but recovers quickly and fastens the watch around your wrist. He's got to pull the strap, the clasp really tight. Your wrist is smaller than his.
I'm gonna do fan art of this, and I can't draw. Like that's
That's how potent
Stick figure
this imagery
fan
is
art?
right now.
He taps the glass of the face of the watch. Take good care of this.
Oh, I will. It goes with the ensemble, don't you think? And I still have like my freakish cloak.
yeah.
And number 3,
Well, I'd still like for you to teach me how to shoot sometime.
you don't know how to shoot. I find that hard to believe.
I have a shooting range. It just, never bothered
You have your
to
own
learn.
shooting range?
Oh, yeah.
Let me get this straight. In return for giving up the most precious piece of information a kindred could have, where they hang out, their haven, I get to beat up David, which I would have done anyway for free.
For free.
You get my cool watch, and we're gonna hang out, and I'm gonna teach you how to shoot. You can see him, doing the addition. The
In
little
my
abacus-
mind, this deal is going in my favor.
The abacus beads are moving.
You hear
Are
them
you,
click.
are
Yeah.
you asking me on a date?
Well, that's rather forward of you.
He's worried that he's ruined it. Again.
And then here's the sad part. This is what she enjoys.
Oh no, this is what playing with mice.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
she's like one.
Jesus Christ.
This is scary.
All
This,
right, all right,
this
all
is
right.
a truly horror game.
Never mind. Yes, of course. I will give you pistol instruction.
Take the
Pistol only,
dub.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whack 'em.
All right, yes. I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Then we have ourselves a deal.
I still have your business card. I know how to reach you.
I hope you use it.
He holds out his cold, dead hand and shakes your cold, dead hand.
She wears leather gloves to hide that.
I hide that. That's right, the murder gloves.
The murder gloves. Little
Okay.
little Italian gloves. The driving gloves where you can still see most of the hand
Right.
through them.
Oh, yeah,
Where it's
yeah.
like just the fingers.
fingies?
Yeah.
It's getting late. I'm going to go. I can't guarantee that I'm going to pay a call on David tonight. So where do I find him?
Houseboat off of Gasworks Park.
Really? No kidding.
Yep.
There aren't that many of those. That shouldn't be too hard to find.
No.
I wonder if he's dumb enough to be in the city records. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, that's all I need to know to track him down.
I give him the information I have, which is
Yeah.
I think that's what
That
it
is
was.
correct.
Yeah.
The address.
No, exactly right.
A pleasure doing business with you.
Likewise.
Are you coming?
Yes,
Are you
of course.
staying?
No. This place is frightening.
Okay, after you.
I'll take a lap and come back. I don't want him to know I'm down here. So
Good.
You have, of course, heard the entire exchange.
Right.
Yes.
Just laying in
You
this
don't,
pit.
you don't need heightened senses to hear what's
No.
happening that close
Corpses.
to you.
Wait for the
So,
footsteps and the door
footsteps
close.
Go up the wooden stairway, and the door to the gallery closes, and you're back.
Jamison's not in
back
the pit.
darkness.
Jamison's like right behind them.
He could well be. I mean, I suppose I should have made you check for stealth, but it hardly matters.
Yeah. I reach my own hand out to get the
Hardly
watch.
matters. Hardly matters.
You try it on once before, before it actually gets put around.
James just says, a marvelous creature.
How proud you must be.
Oh, just a marvelous creature.
I'm in awe.
Tom just goes, fucking yikes.
What do you mean? That was amazing. That was masterful. That was.
Cruel.
A lioness.
It was effective.
Have you reignited your electronic light
Once
device?
we hear the clang up there, I think we can return to
a state of
the world of
illumination.
vision. Yes.
You hear like the nice
look
leather
right at it with
soles,
your heightened
the
senses.
stately leather soles, clip clap out at like a very like elegant pace, and then you hear them like on the way back down.
To be clear, Whatcom does in fact leave. He
Yeah,
goes
oh,
out,
good.
He goes out the front door and heads for the automobile. The cool automobile.
The Jag.
The Jaguar.
I don't have a Jag.
Parked.
Yeah.
across the
I
street.
go for the Camaro. Pretend to sit in it.
Amazing.
Yeah, you have the keys.
Yeah, turn it on.
But you do return to the.
Yeah, I go like around the
tunnel.
block, come back, and then like I said, you hear like a complete opposite of the
Phenomenal.
stately
Yeah.
gait. It's like,
It's the cartoon feet.
guys, friends,
We're here. We're here.
country. Oh, thank God.
While you were gone, I would have asked Tom if his heightened senses were picking up anything.
I want, as soon as they leave, I want to crawl back up and try to see where the
Where the
drag
drag
marks
went.
were.
So
Yeah.
while Betty was taking her victory lap,
Yes.
Literal.
Hilarious.
with the ambient light provided by the incredibly powerful
Maglite.
flashlight maglite torch,
Sponsored by Maglite.
I don't think you can say that.
that you can
not
do that. You can do that. The drag marks that I
Yeah.
mentioned on the other side of the pit side farther away
Right.
from the stairs, are very distinct. Whoever has dragged, presumably the body, has made no effort to cover it whatsoever. There's a long rut in the gravel and dirt. It might be a hand, it might be a heel, the remaining heel perhaps.
Right, okay.
It might be the back of someone's head or face even. Who knows? But it's dragged right down the corridor in a direct line away from the pit.
I'm just going to keep following
Going
it.
to keep following it?
Yeah.
Eventually, you're going to run out of ambient light before you get to the end.
Okay.
And I'll match his gait
You're going to
and
accompany him.
accompany him.
Are you going to be left alone in the dark?
I'm going to be here so that if and when Betty gets back, I'm doing something to Rafe. That sounds terrible.
Dude, what the fuck? Lines veiled.
I will explain what that is in clear
I
detail.
admit I am agog
appropriate.
to know. Yes.
I'm basically
Diddling him.
no, because he would like that.
No,
He's
exactly.
a torpor, and I'm not going to give him that pleasure.
No, exactly.
So I have dragged him out of the pit, and I was tempted to go. I was worried when Tom left alone, but when I saw Jamison go behind him, I relaxed a little bit. I've now ripped the mask, what was covering Rafe's face. It's all off.
Oh, you've torn the canvas away?
Yes, but he's still burritoed. And I have, I'm just about to feed him my blood.
I see.
Look at the what?
Shit.
So you are what? About to rip open your
I'm about to rip open my own skin.
wrist with your fangs?
Yes, I'm about to like tear into it and follow suit, in a sense, with what Betty had described.
So,
But I haven't actually done it yet.
okay.
I'm ready to do it.
So you are in the pit by yourself with
I've taken him out.
Rafe, and you
Yes.
are cutting open your wrist with your
Yes.
fangs.
But I
And
haven't fed him blood
You
yet.
haven't
The blood
done it.
is.
You're thinking
ready to
about it.
go.
You're ready to go.
Oh, I'm set to do it. I'm waiting for Betty.
Understood. Meanwhile,
Yes.
in the tunnel,
Back at the ranch.
Back at the ranch tunnel, the tunnel running, vaguely, you think northward. It's hard
Right,
to tell.
okay.
Even down here, it's difficult to say. You haven't gone very far from the gallery, but it's a little disorienting being down here. You were following the drag marks
Yes.
away. Eventually, not too far, just a moment or two, I should say a minute or two from the pit, you reach a crude intersection. There's what looks to be an old bank front, like a retail storefront for a bank.
Okay.
There's an old wooden sign, Seattle First National Bank.
Kicks ass. Okay.
Yeah. There's a doorway leading into a darkened room that might have been the bank's lobby at one time, a stone foundation that was long ago, over a century ago, the street level. You're standing on the old buried street level of this part of Seattle. The drag marks take a turn into that doorway. The tunnel continues straight, but the drag marks go in there.
What do you say? Should we make a deposit?
Does Tom think he's like really cool when he says that?
Yeah. He smiles.
Jamison will say, I understand they're offering a free toast.
Oh, let's go talk to somebody right now. We're gonna go right into the bank.
Yeah. Let's
Gonna go right in?
Let's wander in. You guys figure your shit out fast. Come on. This is what's right.
We might get there too late.
I open the door and I just go.
There is
"Hey."
no door.
Oh.
Remember, there's just a gaping hole
Right.
where the door should be.
We'd like to
Neither
make
is
an
there-
account.
Neither is there glass in the windows. It's all been destroyed.
He said gaping hole and deposit. I have to say something. Damn it. I have to say something, okay? I am
Veils.
a mortal woman.
Veils.
Yeah. It's like saying butts. Whenever
veils
Gary
have
says
been-
a butted.
Veils have been invoked.
Here, so I'm gonna give the flashlight to.
Well, I've got
Thomas.
sense. I've got heightened
I
sense.
know,
Oh.
but I can't be holding it and also invisible. It's gonna
Oh,
ruin
okay.
the
I'll
effect.
I'll take it, but I'm gonna keep
floating
it mostly
flashlight?
pointed down so I get sort of like just a
Yeah,
glow.
just a bounce.
Yeah.
And
Just a
therefore, you
bounce.
don't ruin your
Right.
the vision that you have.
Exactly.
And you are going to
I'm
employ
going to
the
become one with the night. Bam. Exactly.
Since you were not observing him directly when he vanished, he's simply not there when you look again.
Okay.
So, playing the flashlight around the floor of the old bank lobby, you can see what looks like a destroyed antique cash register. Lots of pieces of broken glass, gravel, concrete, rebar, trash. And when I say trash, I mean things like paper, soda cans, fast food, cigarette butts. Clearly, people have been in and out of here
Yeah,
over
yeah,
the
yeah.
centuries.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, it
this
hasn't
is the
been
type of place
completely
teenagers
disused.
love
Yeah.
to hang out.
Right.
Yeah.
There is graffiti on some of the masonry walls that are still extant, but it's crude. It's terrible.
Yeah, just a bunch of kids.
Yeah, kids. Maybe a gang tag or
Sure.
three,
Yeah.
and pieces of a person. Over by what is left of the destroyed wooden counter and the teller's cages. If you can imagine
Yeah, totally.
the rusted metal of the cages they used to stand behind back
Yeah.
in the 19th century. You see the leg pieces that foot might have been attached to,
Oh my gosh.
encased in jeans.
Wow.
There is a portion of a hand, like part of a palm and two fingers, with ragged, bloody edges that look. It takes no imaginative effort to decide. Yeah, that's been eaten.
Okay.
Something's eaten at this piece.
Do I see a head?
Yeah.
I'm looking for a head.
I'm looking for the main course.
Continuing to follow the trail of
Yeah.
bits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nibblins.
Be careful.
There's another shoe. This one's empty though, but it matches the tennis shoe that was on the extant foot.
Okay. So I
from
recognize
the
it's the
pit.
same.
It's got blood crusted around the space, the hole where
lip.
the foot should goes in the lip exactly.
Oh, boy.
The edge, the designer padded edge
Okay.
of the shoe. Following it around behind the counter. Oh yeah, okay. There's a piece of a rib cage with some
Oh, okay. So now
bits
we're all the
still-
way down in. Okay.
bits still clinging to it. Really awful.
What?
But
would we
not
do
all
this?
of it is here.
What? There's more.
There's no.
And
no head.
because it is your lucky night,
Yeah.
there's the chewed remnants of a leather wallet.
I will reach down and grab that out of the guck.
Flip it.
Dried bits and pieces clinging to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are teeth marks clearly visible in the leather. And we're not talking little tiny rodent teeth marks.
Really?
We're talking adult human type teeth marks and punctures.
What?
This
Not
has been
like fangs, but like a
Could be a dog. Could be a large
Big
dog, coyote
teeth.
maybe, or unusually large raccoon. Who
Big
knows?
teeth energy.
yeah.
Big teeth energy for
BTE.
sure.
Yeah.
You're looking at what's in the wallet.
Yeah, I want to see if there's a driver's license.
Bloody bitten bills, couple of credit cards in Wendell's name.
Oh, it's Mr.
And there is a Washington State driver's license that shows you picture not too dissimilar
Right.
than the one that Evangeline sent you, although that was before the undercut.
Okay.
Had more hair
But
back
it's him.
then. Definitely him, unquestionably.
Mr.
There's a big old
Wendell.
tooth dent right in the plastic window where the license would be.
Okay.
Although the license itself is intact.
Yeah, I mean, mystery solved. I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
talking to nothing. I know he's around
Yeah,
somewhere.
Here
totally.
somewhere. He's here somewhere.
All right, I'm gonna pocket that wallet, and I'm gonna say I think we should get back to the
Yes.
others.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going
With
to make your
haste.
way back to the pit.
Yeah.
It was not bank hours.
No.
Banker's hours are
Do you
closed.
think Nick's? Before we eat
yes,
a
when
person
we're
like
talking
that,
about
but
the
kite, but a
Coyotes?
pack of
Yeah.
animals or pack of dogs.
Dragged and then literally eaten.
I didn't
Not
see
murder.
in the detritus of the bank. I didn't see any like dog prints.
That is a great question. So
dust, whatever
before
there.
you leave the
Yeah,
destroyed
yeah.
banking lobby, the ancient decrepit teller's cage area, you play the light around the gravel,
Yeah.
rebar, concrete bits, trash.
It's a fur, anything.
No dog prints, but there are a few. You would say that they are bare feet.
Get out of there.
What
Get out of
the
there. That's
fuck?
freakish. Get out of there.
Clawed bare
Clawed
feet.
Human.
Bare
size.
humanoid
Oh.
feet with claws.
Werewolves.
I point at the print, and I look to Jamison.
And I
think it's
materialize.
You-
And I
you
put,
appear.
I put my hands on his shoulders.
What do we think?
We think werewolves, young man.
Those are a fucking thing.
They are absolutely a thing, and they are here. And so I'm driving him out of the
You
door.
want to try to hustle him out.
Yes. it's
Before
time to
you go, I would like you to make an intelligence and occult roll.
I can do that.
We call it-
Yes.
you don't play a lot of vampire, but this is called a werewolf roll.
All right, I'm gonna make my werewolf roll. That's 4
You'll
dice,
create your werewolf pool.
and I'm not hungry.
You are not at this time hungry.
And I've got 3 successes.
Three successes.
On
Well,
4 dice?
Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice.
Whether it is a werewolf or not
Mm-hmm.
remains yet to be seen, perhaps yet to be revealed.
Okay.
What you're absolutely certain of is it isn't human. Definitely not human.
Okay. It's some scary shit. Yeah, I think we should get out of here.
bear
I don't know
bag?
what it is,
Yes.
but
Indeed.
Hustling
Yeah,
Tom
we're
away
getting right
for
out.
his
pepping
own
our step.
good.
Yeah,
For his
yeah.
own good.
He doesn't need this.
I think it is at this point that
Some other cryptid.
yeah.
Wendigo.
Are those a thing?
I think it is at this
The
point
skookum?
that
What's that?
Sasquatch? Skookum? No.
Oh.
it's
Local
at this
name.
it's at this point it's at this point that Betty returns, I think, to the edge of the pit.
Yes.
And
And
I
Very different than the gate when I left.
I have basically created a presentation, if you will, of Rafe
but without the PowerPoint.
without the PowerPoint. I've just, he's practically on a platter waiting for you. But I'm also bleeding from my wrist, freshly cut.
Oh. This is hilarious because Betty comes down the stairs and you notice she's like playing with her cloak and then notices you and is like,
Wait, what was that? Are you?
what?
Everything you did, everything I heard was utterly masterful. The way that you,
I thought maybe you wanted me to beat him up.
well, yeah, but
Since you Brujah love that.
No. That's only if I have to, or if I lose myself. But no, what you did was amazing.
Do you like this
have
too?
them wrapped around your finger.
Do you like this too?
That is great. Is that your shadows?
My shadow.
Yeah, her what she's doing is manipulating the very shadows around you to form a menacing, intimidating cloak with sort of finger-like tendrils
And
around the edges.
The effect that it has on Rico is he looks at that fondly, and it's comforting. You
Bad boy.
remind me of someone.
Of your mom, Tom says that to me a lot.
No, not of her.
Oh, okay.
But you do remind me of someone who did very much all the things that you do and did it.
Oh, darling, nobody can do what I do like me.
No, of course not.
So
course not.
you knew a shadow dancer.
I did.
Oh. Did you break up?
No.
Did you run away?
I did eventually, yes.
Dr. Phil, all the things. Yeah, dude. It's
Did
subterranean Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
It just wasn't working. You couldn't make it work.
I couldn't.
Oh. Did you find out you were gay? Because I don't take that personally. That's happened to me before. I understand it.
No, that wasn't the problem. There was no problem with any of that with anyone ever at any time ever in my life.
Oh, okay. So you just couldn't make it work with her? Is it because you were a Brujah?
Somebody took me.
You were a Brujah and she
I was her ghoul.
Ew.
I was
Bad and Brujah?
Lasombra's ghoul.
You were a ghoul?
I was.
Oh, but she didn't turn you? Were you not very good at
I
being
was
a
very
ghoul?
good. I was very good.
But then why
I'm going to
wouldn't
start to
she-
feed my blood into Rafe. I'm doing exactly
Oh,
everything.
but that's Brujah blood. That's so...
Oh, there's a little bit of her blood in me too. That
Well,
hasn't
no,
ever
because
quite
you
gone
can't
away.
do all of this. there's not much in there,
I
darling.
know that I still
Would you like
have
some?
of her. Yes,
You can share
please.
custody.
Would you like some shadow blood?
Yes, I would.
One blood at a time.
Yeah.
So you have decided to
I didn't
Bites
expect
on
him to
bites.
say yes. I didn't
force
expect him to be like,
your
"Give me blood."
vitae
Yes.
into Rafe.
Yes.
Okay, so you've gashed open your wrist with your fangs.
Yes.
Blood, the vitae wells up, smells violent. It smells violently attractive. It smells great, delicious. Now you don't normally, of course, drink blood like this, but kindred vitae,
That's Brujah blood. Ew.
kindred vitae still smells
Yeah,
good.
No, you see me come up. That smells like Tom's cherry Coke.
Don't tell him that.
So, wrist to
She has
mouth.
to see it the Yeah.
Now I have to point out that, of course, because Rafe is in torpor,
Yes.
he can't drink voluntarily. So you'll have to smear the blood around his mouth, squeeze some in, make sure to hold his jaws open, and
what I
maybe
do.
even make sure to use your fingers to
I
make
got even
sure
better.
it
I got
goes down.
even better than that, Jason. I'm gonna pour some of my own blood into my own mouth, and then I'm gonna kiss it
He's so
into
kinky.
This is
So there is no question that your vitae has entered his
Yeah.
mouth at
Oh,
all.
yeah.
None whatsoever from either from a narrative or a mechanical point of view.
100%.
Okay.
And yes, this is another kink that
Well, I
might
was
be
gonna
unlocked
say,
for
this is
Rico.
like before I was thinking, okay, sub energy, and now we're moving into this other territory.
Betty's just like taking notes for Jamison. Just being like,
I need to make sure he knows. Wow.
Now, once you've done this, I'm going to presume that you seal the wound
Yes.
with the traditional method, which of course is licking it closed,
Yeah. Great.
so that you don't spill precious vitae anywhere
Yeah.
else. Of course, there is no reaction from Rafe,
Less concerned
Does
with
not wake
that.
up.
Yeah.
I'm
but
more.
the vitae is in him. When he does wake up, however that happens, there'll be the first creation point of a blood bond.
And I leave him where he is because I'm offering him to you.
oh, to me?
Oh, I wasn't expecting to be the only one to do this. I was following suit.
I was going to do it out of necessity, darling, not because I wanted to. I'm not going to get in the middle of that situation.
I figured that it wasn't necessarily your first choice, but I didn't want to deny you the pleasure.
The
If
ple-
that
the
was
pleasure.
truly what you wanted to create.
Okay.
Oh, I know how Lasombra are.
Oh, yeah,
I
because you didn't
know.
get turned, so you wouldn't know how they
But
are.
because
You
know
got
them very
you
well.
got curved.
I know them. I didn't,
Well, then what happened? Why are you a Brujah?
because someone stole me and made me into that.
Oh. I take my shadow
That's
cloak.
tragic.
It is.
Oh, you poor thing. And now look at you. You're like this weird rabbit horny thing.
I just
They're there.
melt.
They're there. And this is the scene you guys come back
you
to.
return to
The
And as
weird,
you
horny
like leave your,
thing.
if you pull your hand away, I just push it and put it back.
Oh, you
Put it-
poor thing. You poor weird
I know.
horny thing.
There's
Yes,
a,
I
a
am.
really bright flashlight beam now playing on you from above the edge of the pit.
We found Wendell.
What?
Well, we found a
Alive
lot
or-
of Wendell.
Oh,
Found
so
several Wendell portions.
Yeah. But I got his
broadly
wallet.
distributed.
I pull out his wallet. Found the wallet, so it's definitely him. He's strewn about back there in the bank
In pieces.
in
Strewn.
pieces. And
Oh.
it looked like he'd been eaten by something with very large teeth
oh.
and feet, not unlike a person, but with claws. I don't know. You do
High
with
alert
that
immediately.
what you will.
Yeah,
High
and
alert
then
immediately.
Yeah, like
then
I start
Jamison-
to break away from this and I start to get into like
I
that
do want
back
to I do want to understand where you were. Are you out of the pit talking to them on the edge of the pit, perhaps, or have you all jumped in again?
I sort of thought that we had come back and they're like in the pit
Yeah, I
doing
thought
this
we were
weird
looking
scene,
down. They were in the
and I
pit.
think we're just looking down
was-
at them.
I think they are. You're on the lip, the edge.
Yeah,
of the
exactly,
pit,
looking down with the flashlight.
But you've come on to alert just in case.
yeah, just in case because I don't like the sound of that.
I say no.
At all.
I should warn you. Certainly, what I saw, it's conjecture, of course, but it's entirely possible we're dealing with a werewolf adjacent
Hearing
situation.
Which
that,
is a thing.
I soaring,
They're real.
I soaring leap up, but I very rudely like do it off of your shoulder and your head.
I'm assuming you're asking for help, so I boost you.
So you do a graceful soaring leap to the edge of the pit, to the edge that Jamison and Tom are on.
Well, we should, in that case, what you indeed believe is true, we should head out.
I believe our use for the underground has
And also-
come to its conclusion.
I don't know if you know this. Rico is a freaky, nasty bitch.
I heard that, and you're right.
Two things happen.
Oh,
Two things happen simultaneously.
Oh no!
You might say that multiple things happen at once. The first is a sound, and you don't need heightened senses to hear it. From the direction
Nervous
you have just
fart?
come from.
Nervous fart.
What just echoes in the heart?
The second thing that happens is that we're going to pause our vampire story.
No!
Just for now. This is the ideal, I dare say the perfect place to pause our vampire story for now.
At the top
Here
of the
at
roller
the
coaster.
edge of the pit, with that terrible growl in the darkness.
Well, the best part is I'm doing like this, and then this roar comes from behind me.
I'm like, oh, that was good.
That was good. Yeah.
Get buried.
Sold it.
Thank you very much for joining us for Seattle by Night, Season 2, Episode 5, Bury Our Friends.
Thank you.
oh, now I get it.
See, that's it.